Elon Musk renewed his calls Monday for a new political party as he lodged sharp criticism against President Trump's mega bill as the Senate seeks to move toward a final vote on the reconciliation package. It is obvious with the insane spending of this bill, which increases the debt ceiling by a record $5 trillion, that we live in a one-party country, the Porky Pig Party. Time for a new political party that actually cares about the people, Musk wrote on social platform X, which he owns. Um, you know, I have always been kind of amazed at how you can have people that are wrong on damn near everything, and they'll win an election, and some person who nobody voted for will then be given power, via appointment. And then there will be people among that group of people where, again, they say they're wrong on almost everything, and then they might surprisingly, out of the complete blue, take a position that you agree with, or at least, in theory, you're on the same side of them with. But then you know that they themselves are not either capable or willing to do this. So, for example, I think I've said before, I don't like the two-party system. I think it was one of the worst things that happened to the United States. It encourages tribalism. There are people who, if you say one thing of a certain view, they try to lump you into a box with someone. I've had various people comment on different videos and accuse me of being either a Republican or a Democrat, because if you take a stance on one issue that they don't like, you're part of the other side. Um, and I've said I don't think either party represents the interest of the people. They are most concerned with their donors and the wealthy people that give them money. But see, what I get so frustrated by is that Musk will say, we need a party that cares about the people, which is true. But then this very wealthy man, who is clearly mostly concerned with how he can make more money for himself, will do almost nothing to actually cause another party to be founded. I mean, you would think a billionaire, the resources that he would seemingly have as, one of the richest people in the world, would be able to not only give, recruit candidates across different states, right? Maybe starting with his home state or the state that he resides in, and have them run for various offices. Could be the House, could be the Senate, different, city councils, whatever. You would actually not be mistaken for believing that someone with his kind of resources and name recognition could have something akin to Harry Byrd's organization in Virginia, right? Where at a certain point you couldn't even win a race in Virginia if you weren't affiliated or endorsed by that group. But Musk is all talk and no action. Um, he's musing over a concept that he knows people like, or that, something that would be popular, right? Having more options. But he's not going to do anything in the way of actually causing this to take place. Um, and like I said, there's no reason for someone like him, who's part of the ruling class, right? The rich that just keep getting richer, to feel like there's an eminent need for another party. I mean, if he were to create some third party that won a few House seats, or Senate seats, and they're voting for uh, tax cuts for the rich and deport everybody. I mean, it's like, what then is even the difference? What was the purpose of starting a new party that has identical positions to the two crappy ones we already have? So it's just more worthless rhetoric from him. And again, most people, if they say something I agree with, I'll just go, yeah, I agree. But it's like, you're, again, one of the richest people in the world, and the full extent of his power is going on the site that he owns and doing this. And again, maybe next year, right? He'll honor his claim that he's going to go after the different, members of Congress that vote for this. But it still is not going to get us any further to actually addressing the root of the problem. So it's more empty rhetoric.